Hey guys, morning. Welcome back to the channel, Captain Bailey's Adventures. And the adventure today is a day hike. I just got up, crack of dawn, about 7:06 a.m. Dawn is at 7:18 in my neck of the woods. So we're headed out into the boonies to do some hiking. So maybe get some breakfast, some coffee. Haven't had anything. So we'll get our hike on. Let's see how far we can go today. And like I said, make some breakfast, coffee. First hike of 2021. So we're going to get this done. So come along with us. Well guys, we're back at it, nice and quiet. The sun has risen on yet another day. It's 27 degrees, wind chill 23, so I warmed up a little bit. My hands are freezing, but I got my gloves on, but not the other hand, so I'm not going to do too much talking. Yeah, just wanted to get out, get a nice hike in, see how far we can go. And I think the last time I did this trail, I did about 2 miles. So we'll see how we fare. I might try to do 3 or 4, and then head out. So that'll be a total of like 8 miles round trip. We'll see how my legs feel, right? Lake's frozen, or the river over there is frozen. Alright. So far I only met one other person. There's a car parked when I first pulled up, and it's just a guy walking his dog. So I'm pretty much alone right now on the trail. You never know when you get to the site that you're going to hike, how many cars you're going to see. I mean, everybody's been so cooped up with everything that I remember when they first lifted the ban on being able to come to these places, the place was so packed. It was almost like 4th of July or some sort of like a festival, but it was like the roads, there was no parking even on the main roads. Like cars were bumper to bumper. It was something I've never seen in the whole 40 years of my life at this area. So, alright, yeah, it's cold, I feel it. But I'm pretty warm. Got my cold weather gear on. I mean, that's probably, you always should dress a little bit lighter. I guess when you're hiking, you're going to build up sweat and stuff. But it's really cold that I just put the heavy gear on and try to just pace myself so I don't break a sweat. Sun's coming up. Looks real nice on the trees. But listen, it's so quiet. It's crazy about the winter. It's so quiet. You don't hear one thing. I think we're intersecting with the main road here. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Coming up on another bridge. Big deadfall here. Huh. Looks like somebody been doing some work. That ain't natural. See all the axe marks. Alright. Whew. We're hiking for a little bit here. We're past like 2.3, almost 2.5 miles in. And I'm gonna try to make the campsite. The trail that I'm on follows the river. Well, not right now, but it does off through them woods. And you come up to the one of the wilderness campsites that I've gone to, and I haven't been there in years. And yeah, because this one's the easy trail, because it's like to get to the campsite, it's only 4 miles in. But then so I'm gonna try to do round trip. 4 miles in, take a break, eat. 4 miles out, so we're talking 8 miles round trip. The other campsite that I went to a lot of times, I used to drive back after a while because I couldn't take it no more. But the first time I did it, it was it's about 8 miles in, and then 8 miles out. You're talking, But we wound up getting messed up and doing 9 miles. Because we went to another site, because the Boy Scouts we met with, so I said, go take this trail. It's shorter. It's only like, 5 miles instead of, the 8 miles back to Batstow. I'm like, yeah, okay. We wound up doing like 20 miles round trip, within those 2 days. Because I only go out for the day, I go out overnight, drop my glove, oops. And, yeah, so the sun is at our backs, as you can see. And yeah, so this is basically a straight stretch up this road here, another 2 miles, because like I said, we're at the halfway mark. We're up a little bit past, and then if I see anything interesting, I'll put the camera back on. But I haven't heard or saw anything. No deer, no nothing. I mean, it's a little, I saw deer driving in, a couple herds, babies, but yeah, it's been quiet. Just enjoying the scenery. Phew. 3.3 miles. Almost there. Almost there. That's all this. Yeah, you can get to these wilderness sites by canoeing in, kayaking. But forget where we had to put in at. This is obviously, it's obviously always better to go downriver, right? Makes it easier. So we're almost to the wilderness campsite. That's the Mullica River off to my left. Alright, almost there. And it's time to get some chow on, some coffee. Whew, I haven't stopped yet. I think I've been hiking about an hour or so. I think my map is saying I'm doing about 22-minute miles. Something like that. I am hiking pretty fast. I'm building up a sweat big time. Hopefully I don't get too cold when I stop. We'll see. Just like that, 4 miles. Whew, about an hour and a half. Campsite number 1. So basically, if you were to camp here, this is the first site. Oh, well, yeah, it goes 10 and then counts down, I guess. But, yep, camped here years ago. There's more campsites further down there, plus a pit toilet and, who knows what else. Oh, there's some water. I believe there's well water. So, yeah, might just find a spot closer down to the river after breakfast. I want to wash my stuff up, right? So, yeah, that's campsite, the first one when you first get to this area. And of course, you could keep on hiking. This is a 13-mile hike total round trip. It would wrap around and bring me back to my truck. But, yeah, I'm not hiking the 13 miles. So, yeah, not too winded. Just, this pack on my back, I get it off. It's killing me. Yeah, I can get some water right here. This is campsite, second one. I'm not going to light a fire or anything. You're not even allowed to camp here. But for hike-throughs and things like that, and if the ranger does show up, hell, can't stop me from having some lunch, at least breakfast anyway. So, yeah, see, if you were to hike in here, man, it's crazy, because how are you going to bring the wood in with you? You're not allowed to touch the trees. You're not, so you got plenty of brush. That's not a problem. But see, for kindling and getting things started, but unless you can find a deadfall like that or something that you can chop up yourself with a little saw and a hatchet, you're not allowed to take down any new trees. But listen, it's quiet. All right, let me get this pack off my back and get the coffee on. Got the hash on. Got 2 eggs. Got my coffee. Got the view. And of course, I didn't realize this, but starting out on this trip, my phone was at 100%, and now I'm at like 29 from all the tracking my hike and then obviously recording. And it's so cold out that as you know, it sucks the life out of any battery. So I don't know how much more we're gonna get on camera, guys. But cheers. Oh, that smells good. The only thing, my shoulders are killing me from this pack. These Alice packs, they are not comfortable. But it's what I got to work with. So enjoy this, enjoy some breakfast. Maybe chooch on a pipe and then start heading back, So the total trip's gonna be 8 miles. I haven't done that in a long time. But I'm feeling good. The only thing that's really hurting me is my shoulder. This left shoulder a little bit. Oop, covered the camera up. So let me get to mixing this before it starts to burn. Ooh, sun's on my face. Alright, so we had a great breakfast in the woods. Whew. I'm full. Coffee'd up. I was hot and sweaty. So cooled off, but I stayed warm. I got my fleece on, my long johns underneath, and even though it's wet, I still have this fleece that I'm, keeps you warm. Whew. Man, just got the pack back on. So we're hiking back out, so 4 miles to the truck, and then we'll be back to the real world. So nice out here, man. I really needed this hike. So thanks for coming along with me. I'll probably be just seeing the same old things on the way back, so there's not really too much for me else to say. It is a real nice hike. And my legs are doing pretty good. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, right? I haven't done 8 miles in a long time. 4 miles total, 2 miles in, sit, and then, 2 miles out. So that's 4 miles altogether. That's going to be 8, so. Oh, well. One last view of the river. And then if I see anything else, I'll bring it back. Really nice. Love it out here. Winds picked up. It was kind of chilly there. So I see some brush piled up here. Something was trying to make a nest or something. No, I didn't see anybody. Now that might change, on the way back towards Badstow. I don't know if anybody's gonna be hiking this deep like me, but you never know. I've seen a lot of, footprints in the wet mud and sand, so people have been here recently. The prints were still there, fresh, so, somebody's been here. But hopefully, isn't that, it just doesn't make any sense that I can hike out here during the day, but I can't stay overnight. Governor's still got the place locked down. Now, you can go to grocery stores, same old rant, but you can't get out in the woods. Alright, who knows? I had to cut off there. Somebody was actually walking up. They had the same idea, another older couple coming to have some breakfast in the woods. I said, that's what I just did. And, just talking about like what I was just talking about to you guys, that, we can go to the grocery stores and be up each other's butts, but coming out here where the campsites are pretty well spaced out, and I just don't know the reasoning that you can't come deep in these woods and just enjoy your time, you think if this was maybe close to the road where a bunch of kids could come out here and have a big party or something and not social distance or whatever, but this is too far in the woods. You can't drive in. You gotta hike it. And like I said, the campsites are pretty well spaced that you're not gonna be up each other's butts, and there's only, like I said, a total of 10 sites there. And you're gonna stick, if you're a family person or you're a group of guys, you're gonna stay with your own people. You're not gonna go trampling along to the other sites and, not social distance, obviously. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't understand why these wilderness sites are not open. Where, look, I only saw one other couple, but I digress, right? So, we're back on that trail. It's pretty much a straight stretch from here for the first 2 miles. Then the other 2 miles, that's when it gets a little loopy, and it was uphill. Now it should be going downhill, and then back to the truck. So when I get out to the truck, or if I see anything worthwhile, which I probably won't, I'll bring you back. Oh, that was interesting. Somehow, keep my head down and trekking along, I lost the trail. I had to use my GPS and come out of the woods over there, about 100 and so yards. I was deep in there and nowhere near the main trail. I look up and I was like, this doesn't look familiar, but there was another trail along the river. So, It was following the same route, but it was not the main trail that would lead me back to the truck the right way anyway. I didn't want to keep going in that direction, even though following it, you might come to some water, obviously, because you saw the bridges that I had to cross. So, well, we're back on the main path now, so it won't be long now. About a mile or so to go. Whew! I made it back to the truck, guys. I spent 8.2 miles, 2 hours and 53 minutes or so. I'm gonna, yeah, man, I got somehow backed up somehow and just made a total path of my own. Luckily, I had GPS. That's why you always need to have GPS to find your way back to the trail, because you know that could go south real quick. So let me just show you. I mean, like when I got here this morning, just one vehicle here, and it was just like I said, it was that first guy I passed when he was walking his dog. Look at this. I mean, packed. Everybody's going to the village and we're hiking and everything else. Thanks for coming to another hiking adventure. Until we do it again, remember, let's set sail.